What a mess. What an absolute mess. Hi vlog. So it's Monday and I'm doing a productive day in my life. It's currently 10 a.m. and I'm going to my carpenter's shop to go and fight. So the thing is, I'm doing interior design for this company and I'm working on their lounge. There's this chair that was supposed to be ready like 3 weeks ago and it wasn't ready, and what the guy eventually, that's the chair right there, and what he sent me, the picture of it wasn't what I wanted, so it was too bulky. So I had to go and fight the guy, because in Nigeria, like, with workmen you have to fight, like you have to. I was already stressed at this point, like my face, I didn't even put makeup on this day. I came out for war. Anyways, this is me explaining to the carpenter that the seat was too bulky. I didn't want it spray painted. I wanted the natural wood finish, and like, what was that gold paint, and like, just everything was just wrong. And I was trying to explain to him. He seemed to understand, and I didn't want the stitchings to show. So that was it. So I'm done with the carpenter. Let's go to the bank. This is where everything started getting very frustrating. So I'm heading to the bank now because my app hasn't been working for a while now, which was kind of my fault, because like my bank app got upgraded and I never did, and I changed my phone, so it just became very like hard to do it by myself. So I had to go to the bank. At this point, when I got my ticket, I was number 72. So I was like, oh my god, I have to wait. But I was like, okay, let me just, like, 30 minutes, I'll be done. I had to wait and wait and wait. Like, it just seemed like it wasn't okay. So this is a different room, because they had called number 72, and I was like, okay, finally I'm going to get in, only to get into another room and start waiting again. At one point, NEPA even took light. Like, I was just so disgusted at this point. I was like, oh my god. And I just kept waiting and waiting. I gave up and just left. So I'm so upset. I've been in the bank for 1 hour 30 minutes, actually like 2 hours now. And if you see the line, like, after, I just couldn't do it because I have other things to do, and it just seemed like, why is there only 2 customer service people for like 30? Like, it's more than 30, we're like 70, because I was number 72 and there were people behind me. Like, I was just like, okay. So they called, when they eventually called number 72, I was like, okay, finally, only for me to get there, and there's another line of like 70 people. I was just like, man, I can't do this, and just bounced. So I have to go and do this another day. I'm so upset. Oh my god. Like, things like this frustrate the hell out of me. I'm at my parents' house, so I'm just going to, like, it's close to the bank, so I'm just going to eat here because I'm very hungry. And I know I have a lunch meeting, but it's in like an hour's time, and I'm hungry now, so I'll just eat here, and then maybe when I get there, I'll just like drink water or something, or like a drink. But bro, I'm so upset because I have to do this again. Like, I don't know what to do. This is why our parents always like have people like account officers, but I hate all those kind of things. I just want to go to the bank and come out, and I don't have to call anybody. I don't even like talking to people like that I just want something from. Like, I'll call you, I'll be like, oh, how's your family, how is this, please, I want you to help me. I don't like those kind of relationships. I don't keep them. But it's like, it's very necessary. Like, it's very necessary. Jerry says I have to keep all those relationships because I'm in Nigeria, but like, I'm very independent. I just want to wake up in the morning and go to the bank and get shit done and spend like maybe highest 45 minutes. Like, a lot of my adult life was in civilized countries, like even in Malaysia or in UK or in Mexico. Like, everywhere I've lived is very straightforward. Like, bro, why am I going to the bank and there's 2 account officers or 2 customer service for like 700 people. Like, does this make sense to anybody in the bank? And they're just so like, they're so, I don't even know what to call it, nonchalant. They're just there gisting. I was just like, bruh, I can't do this. I'm sure when I walked out, they were like, oh, look at this one. I don't think this is the first time I'm going to the bank in like maybe 3 years, and because nothing used to carry me to the bank, like nothing. I do everything online. If I cannot do it online, I'm not going. But now that they've stopped my online thing, I have to go and get it done. And if I get this done, they probably won't see me in the bank for like another 5 years. Anyways, let me go and eat. So after lunch, I headed out for my meeting, but I was too late because there was so much traffic, so I couldn't meet up with that. I went to the market and I had called the building material guy to tell him I'm coming. Tell me why this guy wasn't around after I had called him. So I had to leave, and then I decided to stop by my mechanic so I could get my glass fixed, because like the window wasn't winding down. He said it was an easy thing to do, but apparently it wasn't, because like he had to unscrew the whole thing. I spent like 2 hours. I was so exhausted. It was more than 2 hours, because by the time I left here, it was like close of work for everyone, and I had to like join the major traffic on the way back home. And I was so pissed, because I always try to get everything done before that traffic hits. That happened. I've now jammed traffic on my way home because I was spending the day doing very unproductive things, and now I did not meet the ideal time to go home, which is before every 9 to 5 gets home. Abby leaves their office, so now I'm stuck in this bullshit. At least I got here before it got busy. You can see the traffic mess. Do you guys know that at the end of the day, what's the time? It's 5:08. See, this thing, they did not fix it though. After removing all the things, like, the guy was like, oh yeah, it's the engine, and see the mess. Anyways, I was prepared, because Jerry already said just prepare yourself to go and wash the car after mechanic, because they usually do that for him when they take the car to the mechanic. But I was like, let me do things by myself. In fact, I didn't even think it was such a big deal. The gas was just not winding down. So I said, okay, I serviced my car at the filling station. There's this filling station, AP or Fort Oil. So there's like a service point there. So I just take the car there and service it. So I was like, okay, maybe the guys can just fix like whatever it is. Because I felt like the glass was stuck somewhere, so they can just fix it. I should have known. Anyways, just look at, after this touching the car, staining it. The guy was like, oh yeah, it's the engine. I don't even blame the guy, because like myself, I don't even know. But anyways, see the state of the car. So I have to take this car for washing. I mean, I knew I had to, but like I was hoping I'll be done with everything today, then I'll actually go to the car wash, let them like properly wash everything. I've suffered. I have suffered. Ladies and gentlemen, I have suffered. I'm so exhausted. I am so exhausted. Today was so annoying, so long, and I just feel like I didn't really do anything. Bro, this is Nigeria. At this point, I was so happy to finally be home. I was just like, oh my God, house, home, where everything works, or so I thought. Because guess what happened? So I unlocked the door and I get in, and no lights. There's no lights at home. NEPA has taken lights. I was so destroyed. Like, I wanted to faint. This is me backing out, so tired. I even had to check the meter to see if maybe our lights had finished. But yeah, no, they took lights. So yeah, Nigeria strikes again. Imagine having a very stressful day and being so happy to come back home and opening the door and there is no light. Like, why in this big 2022 is there something like no electricity sometimes? Like, bro, come on. It's so depressing as well, because like And I had to think of all the things, like I have to go out on the gen and the sound of the gen. I was just so disgusted, man. No lights. As in what now? So as I've come back now, I should come out on the gen. Which can contribute this? Like, I don't get. Okay, let me explain how stressful today has been. I know I started this vlog by saying it was going to be a productive day in my life, because I figured I have so many things to do. Why not make a vlog out of it? The things I have to do tomorrow is like, I shouldn't have just gone out today, because I have to go to the bank tomorrow. I have to go to where I'm doing my interior decor tomorrow. I still have to go and wash my car tomorrow. I still have to do the mechanic thing tomorrow. So that's like 4 things I've carried over from what was supposed to be a very productive day to tomorrow. So yeah, guys, this is how to be Nigerian. Things that are supposed to be very easy become really stressful. Very stressful.